later on, the kids get picked up by a bee and go for the ride of their lives. To get this sequence, they first carried a camera through the backyard. Then they made a giant furry bee for the actors to grab onto.
It wasn't a real bee?
A smaller bee, along with miniature puppets of all the kids. To see all the hard work the team put in to build practical sets and props really cemented Honey, I Shrunk the Kids as the definitive shrink.
All my life is a lie.
Almost 10 years later, it was the parents' turn to shrink. In Honey, we Shrunk Ourselves.
It's a big family movie with really short parents.
Got 'em. And like any third film in a trilogy, it went straight to home video and no one saw it. Just kidding. While they used way more CGI
What about
in the first movie
iCarly?
and relied on blue screen way too much.
It's been strange,
It's also about shrink.
working with blue screen.
Everything is blue. We make it up as we go.
Вообще не
It
знаю
made up
Карика
for
и
it
Валю.
with some wildly inventive sequences that still stay in my mind to this day. Like sliding down this pole. You're gonna love this! Falling into some dip. And who could forget the Hot Wheels scene? After building out a huge track, the parents all get into a life-size toy car and take it for a drive. By the way, I love how they didn't even bother putting them into the wide shots. And now let's check in with 1997's Men in Black. More specifically, a morgue in New York, where we're about to see some wild shit.
The guy's head opens up, and there's like a little green guy driving the body.
Originally meant as just a throwaway gag, the director loved it so much, he made it a crucial plot point. And to get it to work,
Guys, did you know that all that they show in Men in Black are real?
they turned to the absolute legend, 7-time
Mason
Oscar-winning creature
specially
designer
show us
Rick
real
Baker.
and
the
true.
team created a cockpit within a human head, with working LCD screens
And we still not
LED
believe in
lights. But when it came to what sat in the chair, this little guy caused some big problems. Since he was already super small, to get his even smaller mouth to move, all the wiring had to pass through his neck, which was no bigger than a pencil. It worked for the most part, but to push it even further, they built a big version. Bet you didn't see that coming. Having it at a much bigger scale let them cram in even more robotics, making the eyes blink, the lips move around, and the chest breathe in and out. And a bigger alien needed an even bigger head to sit in. More than 20 years later at MIB International, another little alien was created, but even though the CG model had more realistic textures and facial animation, there was just something special about doing it old school, like you could reach out and hold it in your hand. In the
Just a
very
second,
same
I will
we
invite
were
people to
introduced
Rico.
a new breed of tiny people, the borrowers. Standing at just 5 inches tall, they scrounge for leftover bits of food and materials that no one would ever notice. The production designer, who would go on to win Emmys for her work on Game of Thrones, created all sorts of oversized props, from plugs, paper clips, and radios, to boots as tall as buildings.
The attention to detail is the thing that really, to me, makes a great movie.
The cement coming through, I mean, the